You know, I was watching Tooka mom interview, and I want to be honest, that interview left my heart a little hurt. You know, my shit cracked after watching that interview. I'm going to tell you something, you know, Tooka mom, she not like an entertainer. She's not an internet personality or none of that. She was strictly like a mom. She came into that interview like a mom. You know, I didn't see her trying to clout anything. You know, that interview almost brought Truth Teller to tears. Watching his mom relive those moments, shedding tears, crying. The world that made her son name a joke, made it marijuana, and it's not funny. It was a young man who lost his life. When you do your homework and look at the Tooka videos, I'm not saying Tooka ain't put his hand on young people when he was young, but you don't see videos of Tooka dissing gang members, dissing people, BDK. You don't really see videos of him doing that. You know, you just see videos of him cooling in the hood, chilling with his homies, smoking or around women and shit like that. Young ladies, you don't really see Tooka on no gang banging shit. You know, all the stories we hear about Tooka is strictly heard. You know, we didn't see with our own visuals, with our eyes. We know that he's from, you know, that St. Lawrence area. We know he's one of the first people to lose his life in the war. So the other side kind of made jokes about it to touch the other people, make them hurt a little bit. But from the homework I did, Tooka wasn't really a main player in none of this war shit. He was just a young man who lost his life. And the police let him just sit outside for a long time while he was dead. His body was just right there. His mom broke down crying in that interview. I felt that. That shit was heart clenching, to be honest with you, because, you know, this shit is not a joke. A lot of people look at this drill culture shit like a movie. It's fun, it's entertaining, but in reality, it's not. It's actually said. The reason we document this shit because we feel like this is a period in the time that's crazy, and we want people to look back on this period. So I wanted to lead the wave of documenting this shit because, you know, it's a lot of young men losing their lives. It's a lot of senseless murders, and, you know, the music is getting people out the hood too now. Not everybody, because there's not a lot of successful drill rappers, to be honest with you. You know, this culture ain't breed multi-platinum plaques. It might have breed a little money in your pocket, but this shit is dangerous. You know, the Tooka story is one of the stories I think is just wow. You can clearly tell why Duck went hard for Tooka. You know, Duck seen Tooka mom crying. Duck seen that shit, you know. Duck seen that. I can tell Duck went hard for Tooka because of the way he died, you know, the energy around that. You know, Tooka didn't really deserve that. You can clearly tell. That's the reason why Duck was going super hard on anybody who said Tooka name and shit like that. That interview made a lot of that understandable, you know. The reason why they was on main artists and all kind of shit. You know, Chief Keef might have not invented the smoking Tooka, but, you know, he was instrumental of throwing that out. A lot of people weren't saying that, for Keef said that shit, you know. That just lets you know it was real beef in those communities way before this rap shit. Way before this rap shit. It's not surprising that King Von was throwing shots at FBG Duck. Duck was throwing shots at Von. You know, those neighborhoods was engaged in beefs for a long, long time. I want to ask y'all a question, though, you know. And I want y'all to be honest with me. I want you to keep it 100% honest. Do you think it's time for people to cut that Tooka shit out? Actually, it's been time, but do you think it's really at this point now, after watching that interview, stop playing with Tooka name? I want to know, how do y'all feel about that? Leave me a comment. It's the Homie Truth Teller Street Report.